LGBT plus liberation was led by people like Marsha P. Johnson, a black transgender woman who was a prominent figure in the Stonewall uprisings of 1969. And now that our rights and freedom are being threatened once again, it's more important than ever to show support for the trans community, especially the black trans community. Acknowledge your privilege. If you identify with the gender that you were assigned at birth, then you hold privilege. Acknowledging that privilege may not be something that you're used to, but it's a vital part of stepping up and ultimately harnessing that privilege to really help those that need it the most. It's also important to recognise that oppression of minorities occurs in layers. So whilst transgender people as a whole are more at risk of discrimination and abuse, black transgender people are at an even higher risk. This risk to black trans people is then elevated and amplified when there aren't structures in place to protect them. Use whatever platform or privilege you have to amplify black trans voices. Share stories and information directly from black trans people. Whether it's retweeting a personal essay, sharing a YouTube video, or sending informative links to friends and family, all of it makes a difference. But allies, remember, when speaking on issues involving the black or the transgender community, make sure that you're not speaking over those that are being targeted. Center them in the discussion and use your position to educate other cisgender or non-black people. And if you don't feel educated enough to do that just yet, do your research. You have to put the work in yourself in order to be a true ally to black trans people. Donate to fundraisers for trans people's surgeries and assist those who need financial help with housing, rent and hospital bills. Black transgender people disproportionately suffer from unemployment due to anti-trans discrimination and structural racism. This leads to a higher percentage of black trans people struggling to find work. This then impacts their ability to find housing, pay for rent or even pay for food, let alone pay for surgeries that are vital to help alleviate their dysphoria. A study released by the National LGBTQ Task Force found that the unemployment rate of black transgender people was 26%. That's 4 times the rate of the general population. That same study found that 41% of black respondents had also experienced homelessness at some point in their lives. This is why it's vital to make that effort to reach out and really look through those hashtags to see if there's any black transgender people that you can donate to. Demand law reforms from government officials. You can contact your government officials and call for a reformation of current laws that discriminate against transgender people. Tag them in tweets, send them emails, and call your local representatives. Urge them to fight for real protections for the most vulnerable groups in our society. Never stop fighting for change and justice. The most important part of being a black trans ally is never giving up the fight. We can't stop until real change happens. We can't stop until real justice is seen. And we can't stop until all transgender people no longer have to live in fear. After all, none of us are free until all of us are free.